Yeah. YouTube! What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie, and today we're here to talk about From Season 4, Episode 6. So if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise. 3 favorite scenes. The grade. And then we to the next one, right? So again, it's gonna be my From Season 4 Episode 6 opinion / review / spoiler talking. I'm definitely talking about like what happened. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen the episode, I would say just come back later and check this out later. If you don't care about spoilers, then that's fine. If you guys did see the episode, then you know you're here for a reason. But yeah, I'll start off by saying that the wait sucked. You know, like having to wait for this episode when it should have been out last week, comes out this week. Happy to have it and everything like that, but still, like that sucked. But anyway, so in this episode we pick up where we left off last time. We end up seeing Jay tell Boyd about the whole plan of trying to get, I guess, the bones of the children that are underneath, where the tunnel is, where they got sacrificed. Their bones may still be there. If they get the bones, possibly could free the children's spirit, and then maybe that's the way to get out. So, but I don't know if he's saying that like they need to take everybody and go down there, or if it's just like you take a few people, like. Because what if it's a situation where like they free the people, they free the kids, and then like a portal opens up and then you have to be there to get through? Or is it a situation where like they free the kids and then like just everybody leaves no matter where they go? Like I don't know. Anyways, like Boyd is kind of having a hard time believing like Jade for a second, but even beyond just believing him, to have people to have to go down in those tunnels where the monsters are, like, that's just a crazy situation. He doesn't want nobody to go down there because it's just basically, it's going to equal death no matter what. Someone's going to, get taken out of it. So he just, he doesn't want to do it. And then Jade's like, this is the way out. Like, I did what I did to find a way out. I got the way out. You telling me you're not going to listen to what I'm saying? And he ends up telling him, like, like, what can I do to convince you, like, that what I dreamed about is real? And then he ends up telling him, like, look, you've been down to this area before, like I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay tells Boyd that like you've been down to these areas before, I haven't. So in my dream there was this door that's down here to blah 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 blah. Like if you see it, you'll believe me, right? And then like Boyd's like, it's a start. From there, we transition to Boyd talking to Kenny and letting him know like what happened with the conversation that him and Jade had. And then as they're talking, the people of the town like that are outside, they end up saying like, oh, like what's going on? They're like, oh my God, blah blah blah. So Boyd's like, what's going on or whatever, and then you look up on the roof, and then there is Victor, and he's on the roof. It looks like he's about to jump off. Boyd and Kenny hurry up. They go up there. They talk to him. Victor's like, are you here because of what I told, my dad or whatever? Um, and then he's like, yeah, I am. And so, uh, it seems like Victor's about to jump, but then at the end of the whole conversation, like he doesn't, and um, Boyd ends up asking him, like, is there anything that you can remember about the man in yellow? Like, if there's anything you can remember, let me know. So he goes and he starts drawing this picture. The picture is going to consist of the vehicle that the man in yellow arrived in. So that's what he goes to do, and then from there you got Fatima and Ellis. Um, they end up talking or whatever, and she ends up telling him, like, the reason why I made this statue of this golem is because I feel like he's a protector, and my dad, like, made me believe in what we would consider to be some stuff like spirituality or religion, but also some stuff just like kiddish stuff, like a protector or something like that, right? And she's like, just when I was scared, like I would believe in certain things. So it's like, this is my situation where I'm making this to protect me because I'm scared. So, and like Ellis like tries to go along with the situation because he feels like sad, and he also feels like he's like failing her because he can't like understand like what she's going through. So he's like, just make me understand. From there, Boyd ends up meeting up with Donna because she comes back from the trip, and Ethan and the girl that got her side of the face burned. They brought back the body from the dude that got like his throat, like, what I'm saying. And then Tabitha, what I'm saying. They come back. Donna explains to Boyd what happened, and explains about the dreams, and like when people pass away, like their nightmares become a reality. And like Kenny delves into it more because he picks up from what I can't even think of her name right now. I'm tripping. But he picks up from what Sarah said, what I'm saying, and puts it together and tells Boyd, and then like he's like, oh, okay, like, so this is crazy. And then Donna starts tripping out, and she's like, this is crazy, like we already got these monsters out in the forest, and da 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 da, and we can't leave here, and like now we have to worry about like if someone passes away, their nightmares becoming a reality. Like how do we tell the town this? What I'm saying? Like this is just so unfair. Everything's already unfair, but it just gets worse. So she leaves the room, and then she ends up having like I don't know if it was like a heart attack, if it was like a stroke, like I don't know, but she passes out. And then Boyd and Christy and they get together, and they start trying to revive her. It's a hard situation, but then eventually ends up that she ends up coming back, but she's like unconscious. So they have her in the bed. While all this is happening, Henry is actually with Sophia, and they're at the bar and they're drinking. And then we see the situation where like Sophia slowly asks him, like, gets to, because she sees him looking at the suit that she used to wear, even though he doesn't know that. What I'm saying? So when it got to that point of her asking, like, why were you mad? Like, why were you looking at that suit or whatever? He just says, like, there was this man in this suit. He did bad things to my family. He goes more into detail about like his family, whatever, because she asked, and then he ends up getting up for a second, and she ends up like she cuts her finger while they're talking and drinking. He ends up fixing her finger and putting like a bandaging it up, and then but before that, she drops like some blood in his drink, and then he drinks it, and then like towards the end of their conversation, like she's saying like, this place, like, it doesn't even seem real, and he's like, yeah, tell me about it, and she's like, have you ever thought like maybe it was just a dream? And then like it's just crazy because he had like, he's already drunk for one. His mindset is like crazy right now because of everything that's going on, and then everything he just found out. And so like, her saying that can possibly lead him to do something stupid and off himself, So we don't know what's gonna happen with that. We did see that when Donna came back though prior, she brought all of the totem poles and everything like that. So we don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, bro. But yeah, towards the end, what ends up happening is Donna does gain consciousness again, right? And it was a serious situation where everybody left the room after she was like, unconscious, whatever, and Boyd was just in there, and he was telling her like, I can't do this without you. He ends up having a conversation about her with Father Cothry there for a second, and then she comes back, and then, like I said, towards the end of the episode, it's just what I said that happened between Sophia and Henry, that he drinks the blood or whatever on not knowing, and then like, she's making him think about crazy things, whatever it may be. That's basically the premise of episode 3. My favorite scenes, this may be out of order, this may be spoilers, but 3 of my favorite scenes has got to be the scene with Boyd and Donna at the end, when he's just saying like, he can't do this without you, and like how strong you were and how important she was to him, and from the beginning he knew that she was a survivor. Like the acting that Boyd does, just even the actor, like he's an amazing actor, and that was a great scene. I would say my second favorite scene would have to be with Sophia and Henry, talking, and then like her doing that crazy stuff and putting blood in this drink, and he drinking it without even knowing, and now she's telling him crazy things, and he might do some crazy things. My third favorite scene would have to be, I would honestly say there's a scene with Victor and my third favorite scene is when Boyd takes the sledgehammer and goes and breaks down the wall, and because there was a wall that was currently in the way of what was the door that Jade found in this dream, and so because that wall was covering up the door, they didn't think that that Boyd didn't believe him. At the end of everything, and like him being able to bring back Donna with like his hope and words and spirit, he went over there and he bust down that wall, and then there was a door there, so that was crazy. So that was my 3 favorite scenes. The grade for this episode was strong. I definitely liked it, definitely loved it. For me, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10 for me. Nothing more was needed. Yeah, if you guys saw the episode, let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below. What has been your favorite episode thus far? Were you mad about the wait, or are you glad it was cool because the episode was fire, right? Just let me know about that. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and hype up the video. I'll be back here with more reviews, especially for this show, of course, and just more things as well in general. All right, so stay tuned. Until next time.